Your home is likely the biggest investment you'll ever make.
Yeah, but the cost of owning a house is rising rapidly, and we're not just talking about mortgage payments. From 2020 to 23, the average homeowner's insurance premium jumped from about $1,900 per year to more than $2,500. But in zip codes with the highest disaster risk, the increases were much larger.
Our in-depth coverage begins with reporter Heather Graff, who shows us the factors contributing to rising insurance premiums and what one expert says could be the solution to capping prices.
The homeowners insurance market is in a crisis right now.
Douglas Heller is the director of insurance for Consumer Federation of America. Heller says rising insurance costs have been compounding for years and attributes the increase to factors that include accelerating climate catastrophes, elevated inflation and rebuilding costs, and something you may not be aware of called reinsurance, which property insurance companies buy to limit their risk.
And for most Americans, that's turning into these huge price spikes that we're seeing.
Heller supports proposed legislation to create a federal reinsurance program which would set a cap on insurers' liability in a natural disaster. That means, after a certain point, the federal government and taxpayers would pick up the bill for these pricey weather events.
Let's stabilize the insurance market for the insurance companies by creating some reinsurance options. And at the same time, let's make sure that the products consumers get are better and stronger and more affordable.
The Insure Act would also require participating insurers to offer coverage for all such events.
As the country continues to experience extreme weather events, homeowners are paying the price and in some cases losing coverage.
In South Carolina, a woman's policy was canceled in the wake of Hurricane Helene, even though she never filed a claim.
Our in-depth coverage continues with investigative reporter Scotty Hunter, who uncovers the questionable timeline of the insurance company's cancellation.
Laura Morris considers herself to be one of the lucky ones in the aftermath of Hurricane Helene. Her home was mostly spared by the powerful storm, but in the weeks that followed, she's been weathering a different kind of storm, the fight to keep her homeowner's insurance.
So you said that this was from Helene.
Yeah.
Really, you didn't have a whole lot of damage.
No, there were some branches down in the yard, but truthfully, we had no tree damage.
She's lived in her Greenville home for close to a decade now, and she's had the same insurance through Safeco the entire time. She's only filed one claim with the policy when a tree came down in her backyard in 2020, but she reached out to the company after Helene blew through to ask some questions after getting some electrical damage. She never ended up filing a claim from the storm, but was caught off guard when this letter showed up at her door telling her she was being dropped.
Oh yeah, I didn't expect it at all. I actually put the envelope on my side table and thought, oh, I'll open that later. It looked like nothing at all. And I thought, oh, nope, this is just, nothing. And it took me a week to even open it.
When she finally did open the letter, she was shocked.
They were canceling the insurance on my house, and they gave me no reasons. They just said as of January 19th, which was 8 years after I first started the policy when I bought the house, they were suddenly canceling it with no warning, no reason, no anything.
It wasn't until she reached out for answers that she got more information. The company chose to cancel her policy for what they say are issues with mildew on her roof and tree branches hanging over the home. The company used these Google images that appear to be from August 2022, January 2024, and September 2024 to make the decision.
And I suddenly thought, well, what's the reason for this? Or kind of where do you get off? Like, what's the reason and why are you suddenly doing this now, beyond the hurricane?
We took a closer look at the inspection report, and according to their own document, the inspection didn't even happen until after the cancellation decision was already made. You can see the letter she got was sent on October 16th, but the inspection wasn't completed until October 29th, more than a week later.
Oh, it was totally suspicious. Suddenly, right after a hurricane where a lot of trees fell in Greenville, but not here at my house, they suddenly canceled the policy over what might happen, and they're not saying that, of course, but it just seems really fishy.
We reached out to Safeco asking direct questions about the timing of the decision and the inspection, and about the old Google images cited in the report. We also wanted to know about what was being done to help Morris find a policy with a different insurer. It's something the company promised they would do in this cancellation letter, but Morris says the company has gone silent.
I've never heard a word from them at all. I've never received an email. I've never received a phone call, another letter. This is the only information I received.
After we started asking questions, a spokesman sent us this email saying they could not comment on a specific policy, but that they had made the decision to reverse the cancellation.
If your homeowner's policy is dropped, you may be able to contest it. First, contact your insurer and ask for a written explanation. Confirm when the current policy expires and request a 30 or 60-day extension. Gather evidence such as aerial photos to support your case against cancellation. Then you'll want to file an appeal right away. And don't wait for an appeal before you start shopping around for a new policy. In Greenville, South Carolina, I'm Scotty Hunter.